Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is... What day is it? I have no idea. It is... Oh, wow. Anyway, whatever day it is, it's the 20-something of January. Last week of January. It's a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday. The reason I don't know what day it is, because I have been housebound for a week today. No, I went to work last Wednesday, so it was a week. Yeah, a week tomorrow. I have been off work, and as you can see, I'm in my pyjamas and I look a state, but I'm slowly feeling better. Slowly. Not well enough to go back to work yet, but yeah, slowly feeling better. And I don't know, I've been procrastinating. I can't say that word. Can you say that word? Procrastinating? Procrastinating. It's made me want to snot. Yeah, about these videos. I love making these videos. I love sharing what I do. I love the feedback I get and the comments, and I don't know, the last few weeks I felt a bit like, not like a fraud, I think that's the wrong word, but I've just felt like I've got absolutely bugger all to say, literally. So I've made a couple of videos and then I've just looked at them. I don't usually play my videos back, to be fair, because if I play them and listen to myself, I'd never put them out there, because I think they're bloody awful and I sound terrible and I look dreadful. But hey, that's my inner critic that gets the better of me every single day. But yeah, I've done a few videos and I just thought, these pants, I've actually I was actually talking on them saying, oh, I don't know what to say, I've got nothing to say. Well, what's the frigging point of coming on here then? The whole point is to talk and to chat. And I was just like, yeah, these are rubbish. And I've started voice noting my friend. I would say we've been doing it now for about 6 months. I've never voice noted before, but we started doing it. I don't know how, we just kind of like stumbled upon it. And honestly, we can waffle on for 15-20 minutes. And I even stopped doing that because I just felt like I got on in the morning and I'd be like, morning, and then I think, oh, I've got nothing to say. I get up, go to work, come home, do my craft. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm sharing that because why not? So I just need to change my outlook maybe on what these videos are about, because I think I've been overwhelmed with watching. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I watch a lot of like how-to videos, or not tutorials, more like business motivation and like, you know, what you can do, what you should be doing, and I think they've dragged me down. I've been watching them for months and they've actually, some have been inspiring and some I've really enjoyed, but then others have really just lowered my confidence almost. And I don't want to knock these people, I'm not going to name any names, but I am sick and tired of watching videos of people telling me how successful they are and how they've got like thousands of subscribers or millions and they've made this much money and that much money, and you need to do this and you need to do that. And I'm like, oh my God, yeah. I'm drained with it all. And I've listened to them for months, literally. They've been like a mantra, different people. And I think they've worn me down. I've almost lost what I want to talk about, and they've made me feel inferior. They've made me feel like I'm rubbish because I don't sell thousands of pounds worth of art a month. They've made me feel like I shouldn't be doing this because I'm not good enough. And I'm sure that's not their intention. but it's just how it's made me feel. You know, when you go onto Instagram as well and you scroll, and I'm so sick of that as well. And it's just all, you know, oh, get my guide to do this and get my guide to do that and get your free guide to be a successful entrepreneur. And I'm just like, F off. What do you get out of these free guides? Yeah, sorry, my eyebrow's twitching now, my eye's twitching, so I'm getting stressed. I really don't know where I'm going with this conversation, but if you're relating to any of it, then great. Thank you. So, after I've waffled on for, I don't know how long, 5 minutes, so that's not bad. I've got my camera turned around the other way because I've been watching this lady who I'll tell you about in a minute. Excuse me, I keep sniffing, but I can't help it. Yes, so I was just checking you can't see my boobies actually. I've got a bag in the way here, which is kind of like hiding a little bit of me. I'm looking in the wrong place again. So yeah, I've got my camera the wrong way, and I've been told having it this way because I don't like it the other way. I can't see what I'm showing you, and I just, yeah, you know, when you can't see yourself, so you're videoing yourself and you can't see yourself. So I've been told now if I look at the green light, then I'm talking to you. Don't look at myself because I'm not talking to you now. I'm looking at me. I really want to sneeze. So yeah, I've been off work since I went to work last Wednesday. I didn't feel very well. I've got a temperature of 37.6. It probably wasn't a good idea working in immunosuppressed patients who've got cancer and they have got, you know, they're undergoing chemotherapy to go. I mean, I didn't know I was ill, to be fair, so I didn't do it intentionally, but as the day wore on, I was feeling worse and worse. And I'm already on a stage 2 for my sickness because last year I had quite a lot of time off sick. I was stressed. I went through a really horrible time, put my dad in a care home. My mum had a fall. I had a fall. I had a bit of a breakdown. Nothing major, you know, just sat on the floor, hitting myself, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm oversharing. Things got on top of me and I had quite a bit of time off work to the point where I didn't get paid. So it was at my detriment. And then I ended up on a stage 2. I didn't feel very supported. I had to go back and have a meeting with HR. And my manager didn't even, because she got stuff going on herself, but she couldn't even be bothered to come to the interview. So she did it on Teams as well. So it's just all shit. So I made the effort to go on Wednesday. I mean, I wake up every single morning because I've got fibromyalgia. So I wake up every single morning feeling like crap. And if I was to phone in sick based on how I feel in the morning, I'd never be at work because it always wears off. So I can't judge how I'm going to be. But then I went to work and I kind of knew, I thought, I think I'm coming down with something. By about 3 o'clock, my temperature had shot up. I felt a bit shitty. So I put a mask on. It was a really busy day. I mean, we do really work hard and you're on your feet and it's just constant. And I was tired. And I sat down for 5 minutes and that was frowned upon. And yeah, it's just all a bit load of bollocks, really. I'm fed up of being like unsupported and just not any better thought of. I might as well have just said I'm going home. But because I'm on a stage 2, I stuck it out. I didn't want to go home. I thought I've made it this far. I've got till 6:30. But literally, I was spoken to like a piece of dirt by the band 6. She said, not just to me, it was to a lot of us, but she was like, I can't have you sat down. If you're not going to work, do some cleaning or something, then you're going to be sent to a ward. And I was just like, do you know what? I've been on my feet for like 8 hours solid. I've not stopped. I've literally just sat down to document and you give me that. So yeah, I've had a bit of a FU moment and I've just thought, nah, fuck it. Sorry, I'm going to swear. I've just thought, fuck it. You know better thought of. I literally go to work for the patients and the money, obviously, but the money isn't enough. It really isn't for what we have to do. And I have not rushed back this week. I thought they can do one. It's going to go against my sickness absence report, so it's detrimental to me, and I'll be no better thought of if I go back. I feel like pants. I've not left the house. I've been in bed. I was in bed for 3 days. 2 days I hardly moved, didn't eat. The third day I did get up, but I kept going back to bed. And then, yes, I've not felt like doing anything. I've not done any painting, any drawing, any making. Literally, that isn't me. 2 days of not doing anything. I couldn't even read a book. I didn't even want to read my mum. I was just like, ugh. So yeah, I feel a bit like now I need to recuperate. I am feeling a bit better. My temperature's gone down. I'm less sweaty. There's a little robin in the window. Hi there, baby. So yes, I feel weak and I haven't got much energy. I'm tired. Headache still lingering. I'm still snotty, still coughing. Probably, maybe I'm contagious. I don't know. I'd wear a mask if I went back, but that's not the point. Do they care? The management, the band sixes, the band seven? No, they don't give a flying F about your health and safety. So I'm not rushing back. I don't even care if they watch this. They probably don't. But that's how I feel. To be spoken to after I worked so hard, to be spoken to like that. And it's not just that, it's been an accumulation of things over the last few weeks. Yeah, proper pissed me off. So that's where I'm at. I'm sat at home, still in my pyjamas. I did wash my hair yesterday because that was a greasy mess. I've not washed it. And I'm just, taking some time to lick my wounds. Lick my flu wounds and to lick my hurt feelings, because I'm very hurt, very angry. Yeah, I'm just taking some time to recover from how they've made me feel. So, sorry, scratching my nose. So let's talk about some pleasant things, shall we? I've got that out of the way. I've been making... I haven't done much painting actually for a while. I've been making, because I probably told you a while back. So in the end of November, I got accepted for a gallery in Eccleshall in Staffordshire. So I'm now a bona fide member of said gallery and I'm loving it. I deliberated for quite a while about it. I'm sorry if I've told you this before, but I do tend to repeat myself because I can't remember what I've said or done or read or watched on telly, or yeah, I forget. You could tell me any gossip and you've got no fear of me repeating it because I've forgotten it next day. So I forgot what I'm talking about. Oh my word, what was I talking about? Oh, the gallery. So I got accepted for a gallery. I can't remember where I was going with that. Last November I got accepted for a gallery. I'm really proud. Oh yes. So I've obviously been I used to draw years ago. I always used to draw charcoal drawings, graphite drawings. As a child I was always drawing, and then obviously over the years you told that art isn't a thing, aren't you? And you just move on and get a real job, and yeah, that life progresses. And then last May I think I went back into, before that actually I picked up a paintbrush and tried watercolour, and I was absolutely rubbish about 2 years previously to that and gave that up. Anyway, last May I tried again with watercolour. And yeah, I gave it quite a good shot. Spent a bloody fortune on paints. Went on a course, a workshop, and a lovely time. And I've just practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. And I applied for a gallery. So I applied for this gallery in the end of November. I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, because you have to commit to 2 days a month. And with my fibromyalgia, with work, with everything I've got going on, with my mum, My dad's in a home. I have to kind of like not care for my mum, but she depends on me a lot. I thought, oh, I haven't got time for this. I'm exhausted. Anyway, I did apply because I thought, yeah, why not blow it? And then I found out it wasn't quite as easy to get in, so I wished I'd applied before, because I only got in by the scrape of my teeth, skin of my teeth. So they weren't really interested in my paintings. Whether it's because they're not interested in them because they're crap, or no, they said that they hadn't got the wall space. And since going to the gallery and being part of it, I can see that, yeah, that is genuine. They haven't got the wall space for any more 2D work. So I wouldn't have actually been accepted had I not have put in a bear. So I've been making artist bears, mohair bears for adult collectors since 1993. And last minute I was packing everything together. I put in some greeting cards, my mugs, my paintings obviously. And then I thought, I wonder if they'll be interested in my my bears. So I just popped one in. And it was my bears that swung it, which is so strange. Because over the years, 1993, how many years is that ago? We're in 2026 now. I don't know, I can't do the maths. But whatever that was, I've picked them up, put them down, dabbled in them. At first, the first few years since 1993, for a good, I don't know, 7 years, I was heavily into them. I used to travel all over the place to bear. Shall I show you what I'm doing as I'm talking to you? I used to travel to bear fairs, and I can't multitask. I can't. Oh, I'm looking in the wrong place. I'm struggling to concentrate and talk to you and remember what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I used to go to bear fairs and I used to sell to shops. I used to sell my bears wholesale, which is something I want to look at doing again, actually, because I have been accepted for fair and then realised that the mugs, I'm not making any money if I sell mugs on there. So I've took those all off, and I got Christmas cards on there, which basically sat there. I didn't sell any. So they're obviously off now because it's not Christmas, and so there's not a fat lot on there at the minute. And I'm thinking, I wonder if anyone will be interested in my bears. So anyway, going off on a tangent, that's something I want to do. So yes, I did it heavily for about 7 years, and then over the years, you know, you've had children, things come and go, don't they? I've picked them up, put them down, dabbled in a few. My hand, I suffer with arthritis in my hand, so it does hurt me to make them, you know, with my hand. But yeah, so since I was accepted at the gallery, obviously they need more bears, and I hadn't got much stock, so I've been busy making them. And I had got one to show you, and it's downstairs, but I will pop some footage in of it, the one that's waiting to go to the gallery. So I should have been in the gallery on Monday, and I had to cry off there as well because I really was poorly. It was a strange one, really, because I started with it at work on Wednesday, and then Thursday, Friday, I felt rough. I got temperature and everything, but nothing. It was just a really, really, really bad cough. I was coughing all night. I was obviously tired because I'd not slept. But then, you know, nothing really developed until Saturday. Wow. Saturday, Sunday and Monday were my worst days. Yesterday, yeah, felt pretty rough yesterday still, but not as bad. And I've still been able to go outside to pick the dog poo up because Steve's hurt his back, so he's off sick as well. So we're both rattling around in this cottage together, doing each other's head in. Which is another reason why I thought I'd come and chat to you today, because I just thought, oh, I need some different interaction. So yes, that's what I've been up to, really. I haven't been painting, so I've had no painting to show you. So I felt like this channel I should be like focusing on, like, I've changed it from sewing to art, and then I'll come on and I'm talking about bears, and then I'm making something else, and I've just thought that I shouldn't be doing that. You know, you won't be interested in it. And then I'm like, I was watching this lady, and she said, if people aren't interested in what you're doing, then they're not your people. And I'm like, she's right. So what if I one day want to paint, the next day I want to make a bear, the day after that I want to do some polymer clay ornaments, and the day after that I want to make a doll. Because that's kind of been like what this week has been like. I've wanted to do all these things, but I've not had the energy. Now I'm finding I've got the energy again. I'm like, ooh. So I fell down quite a few rabbit holes as well, in my head, and over the last years. I'm always trying different things, and then that's another thing. I kind of think like, oh, people are just going to lose interest with me because I just do different things and I'm not consistent. That's the word I'm looking for. These YouTubers, they tell you to be consistent. And you go to this and you go to that. And I look at their channels, you know, their Instagram, and it's all neat and tidy and it's all, you know, beautiful pictures, and it's just all the same thing, whatever they do, whether it be woodworking. Someone's at the door. Bear making, painting, it's literally illustration. It's all, that's all it is. And they've got like 1.k followers, or their mind's a higgledy-piggledy mess. But that's who I am. I am pretty much higgledy-piggledy mess. My house is untidy. There's stuff everywhere. I drive Steve mad. I can't just do one thing. I have to be doing 20. I get bored really easily, so easily. I haven't got like, I've got the retention span of a gnat. And I think what I'm trying to say is, with my videos over the last few months, I'm trying to be someone who I'm not, to gain followers, to gain people, you know, what's the word? Yeah, so I've been trying to do that, which is so wrong. And I've got to the point where I hit a wall, I think. I just hit a wall, because I'm like, I have absolutely nothing to say, because I'm just not being me. I'm being everything I've been told to be. I'm not very good at explaining things. That's one thing. That's another thing about me. I'm crap at explaining things. But that's how I've been feeling, that I have been like been doctrined into my head, because I've watched so many YouTube videos about trying to be successful, and so I am not being me. And what's the point of that? So I'm starting again. This is me again, a rethink. And I've really got to kind of, I don't know, almost put like a sign up to remind myself. Like I had a sign up for my painting saying, don't overwork it. Because I'd overwork it. I'd go over and over and over and over it again, because I'm such a perfectionist. I'm so scruffy and untidy, and yet I'm a perfectionist. It's really weird. I spend hours and hours just getting like one little detail right, and I'd do that with my painting, and then it'd be a muddy mess. So, oh, David's ringing me. You're gonna have to wait, David. I cut myself off then, didn't I? Yeah, so it'd end up a muddy mess. Oh, he's ringing me again. Don't you find it rude when you don't answer? I'm busy. Do one. He's on the outside in his shed thing where he lives. So yes, I think that's what's been wrong with me. I've been a little bit depressed, and that hasn't helped. And I'm trying to be someone I'm not, to whatever aim, whatever end, I don't know. So this is a reset. I'm not going to be that person anymore. I'm just going to be me. And if you don't like me, move on. Go and follow someone who is successful and who earns a fortune and paints and beautiful pictures and sells them and earns loads of money. Go and follow that person, because that's not me. What other news have I got? My chickens were eaten. So if you've watched any of my videos over the past two years, you'll see I put lots of pictures of my videos and pictures of my chickens. and yeah, I love them. Arthur was a cockerel which was landed on us. I didn't want him. I was annoyed. I came back from work one night and my son-in-law had bought him for us, and I was really cross. He was destined to be a fighting cock, and he was rescued. Apparently the police rescued all these fighting cocks, and he was at yeah, I think my son-in-law had gone to, my stepson, sorry, not my son-in-law. My stepson had gone to buy some chickens himself, and he'd seen these cockerels, and he bought us one, and he was the ugliest thing you've ever seen. Skinny, like a roadrunner. He was vile. And I was so cross because I didn't want a blinking cockerel. I'm thinking, what on earth? He's just going to cause trouble. He's going to be trying to mate with my chickens. I'd only got 7 chickens at the time. I thought he's just going to rag them stupid. He's going to be crowing. I called him Arthur. Shouldn't name things, should you? Shouldn't name things that you don't. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? I named him. So I got very attached to him. Oh. So I phoned Susie. I don't know what her name is, but she's in Staffordshire somewhere. She's a chicken lady, where he came from. And I'm like, I've ended up with this cockerel. I don't want him. He was brought to us, you know, lovely idea. I probably upset Harry. It's a lovely idea, but I don't want him. Can you have him back? And she was like, yes, we'll have him back, no problem. Anyway, I never took him back because I felt guilty. And then over the 2 years, he's grown on me, massively grown on me. He's beautiful. He's the most ugliest, beautiful cockerel. And he can't crow. Well, he did, but not very loud. He probably sounds like me now. And yeah, so we were down to 3 chickens because one had got eaten by a fox a few weeks ago, and that upset me because she was beautiful, she was friendly. And what had happened was she wandered off. She used to get out the garden. So we keep them right at the top of the garden, and it's like there's woods all around, and she used to get through. And we knew she was wandering off, and we didn't really think anything of it because we didn't think it was a problem. You know, she came back. But obviously, I think the pen was closing a little bit too early. And she came back one night. This is what I think happened. She came back one night and she was locked out. And the foxes had her. And I was upset. And then, blow me, exactly the same things happened with the cockerels and the chickens. We think, anyway. There was quite a lot of damage done to the pen. Like the steps were knocked off. But I don't know. Whatever happened, whether it was early morning. I think it was early morning because I heard them. So I woke up one morning and I was going to work and I heard them. And I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound good. But obviously I was in a rush for work and I left. And then in the afternoon, Steve messaged me and he said, can you ring me when you finish work? And I was like, he never tells me that. I was like, why? What's wrong? I thought we'd had a row with David or something. I'm thinking, oh God, what now? And he was like, no, it's nothing urgent. Just ring me. And then I just knew. So I texted him back saying, is it the chickens? And he went, yeah. And they're all gone. Literally. Not a trace. Hardly any feathers, just a few. I've ended up, actually, there was some of Arthur's tail, which I've washed and put in a jar downstairs, which Steve thinks really morbid. So yeah, I was pretty upset. When was that? That was 2 weeks ago. So I've been upset about that. So yeah, shall we have any more? Probably not. I think once they know they're here, they're going to keep coming back, aren't they? But yeah, so my lovely Arthur that I didn't want, that grew on me, is no longer. But no chickens, so no fresh eggs. Well, we can still get fresh eggs, we can buy them from down the road. So that's my news on the pet front. So yeah, that's me. I'm not sure whether I'm going to put this video out as it is or whether I'm going to add a little bit to it. We'll see. But yes, I'll just show you. I fell down a polymer clay rabbit hole and I've been making polymer clay things. So I made a dog to start with. So this is my dog. Now, can you see it, or is he supposed to look at the green light? Now, I'm pretty sure I've shown you this, unless I've videoed this and not put it out there. It's one of my crap videos. I don't know. But yeah, this is my dog. And then this one I'm really pleased with. So this is kind of like a Woody. Is it not? Yeah. So this is polymer clay. And I've used professional polymer clay. Who knew there was a thing? It's supposed to be, you know, doesn't crack or lasts longer. And it's painted in professional acrylic paints. And that's him, really. So he's off to the gallery. It's one of my stickers on underneath, look. This one's also professionally clayed and baked, and yeah, it's a whole science. So he's off to the gallery with a sticker on. When I get there, obviously, they would have gone Monday. I've got a new bear to take, and I've also got a doll. Actually, I've got the doll here. Should I show you the doll? Bear with. I'm a bit worried about handling her, actually, because this polymer clay leaves like your hands quite greasy. But my hair's annoying me. So I'll carefully show you her. Now, I made her 2 years ago, literally, because I have always had, as a girl, I always wanted a rag doll. So my friend lived in a big posh house. We didn't live in a big posh house. We lived in an ex-council house, and we hadn't got much money. And I grew up, you know, loved, obviously, but without many material possessions. So everything I had, I craved. Not craved, cherished, that's the word. And I think that's maybe why I'm a bit of a hoarder, because I just, yeah, I like to keep things. My daughter will laugh at me because I'll save things for best. And I'm like, when is best ever going to happen? Like, I'll buy a pair of tights and I'll save them for best. Or I'll buy a box of chocolates and I'll save them for best. Or face creams and perfumes. I'm terrible. I save them for best. 20 years later, I've still got them and they've gone mouldy. So yeah, I'm a bit bad like that. So yes, I absolutely envied this girl's rag doll. I always wanted this rag doll, and my mum said, I'll make you one. If I knew where it was, I'd show you that. Good grief, you've never seen anything like it. If I can find it, I will pop some photographs in, but I'm not sure. Actually, I think it's under the bed. Anyway, she knitted me this rag doll. My mum has not got my crafting skills. Yeah, it was like scary, enough to disturb a child. But I must have loved it because it's very battered and worn. But I just remember feeling so disappointed because it was not this beautiful rag doll in a silky green dress that was so gorgeous and pretty, and it was a knitted, raggedy, ugly, yeah. I really must find this rag doll to show you. And let me just carry on with the story, and then I'll see if I can find the rag doll and I'll come back. So yeah, I've always had a bit of an obsession with rag dolls. I collected them for a while. Have you heard of Pauline Dolls? She makes beautiful rag dolls, and I collected those. I had quite a few. They went when we moved from Uttoxeter, so no, when we moved from Bramshall, they went. So that's 7 years ago. I don't know. I just thought, oh, what do I want these things for? And they went to the charity shop. Bit disappointing, really. But and then over the years, I've tried to make dolls unsuccessfully. They've ended up like my mother's, ugly and in the bin. I did actually, I'll show you that one as well. I made one for my daughter, and she actually said to me the other day, I love this doll, I love that doll you made me, it's awful. I'll go and get that. So I'll go and get my mum's rag doll if I can find it, and I'll go and get the one I made my daughter, and she's still got it, although she does leave it here. She hasn't took it to her new house. But yeah, she actually said to me, it was this week actually, because I was showing her this doll that I made. So I made this doll about 2 years ago, and then I popped it away. I've never tried to sell it on Etsy. I've never tried to do anything with it. It's been wrapped up. In fact, I thought when we'd moved here 2 years ago that I'd lost it, but I found it again. So this is my rag doll that I made. This bag's in the way. See, she's got beautiful hair. And she's got clothes. Now, I always struggle making clothes for my bears and my bears and things like this. And considering I made my own clothes and I liked it, I was a seamstress because I had my own bridal studio at one point. Wow, I've lived so many lives, haven't I? I always struggle making animal clothes or dolls clothes, but I don't know. I didn't do a bad job of this one. I think it's patience. I just haven't got the patience. But look, her arms move. How did I do that? Anyway, so yeah, so I've got some more dolls cut out and I'm going to make some more, and she's going to the gallery. I don't know what they're going to think of her because obviously they don't know that I make dolls. And can I say I actually make dolls? Because I've only actually got one that I've been happy with over the last 30 odd years. But I quite like her. What do you think? I think she's cute. And she has got a goose, which was tied to her arm, but it keeps falling off. I'm going to have to figure out some other way of... Oh, the horses are going past. I'm going to have to figure out some way of... Maybe I'll stitch it to her arm. So that's her. So I've gone down a little bit of a doll rabbit hole. So apart from the polymer clay figures, now I want to make dolls. So I've cut out 3 and they're downstairs. So in an evening I've been sat doing that. Very hard on the hands because they've got such fiddly legs to turn them inside out and stuff them. It's like, ugh. I think it took me nearly an hour the other night just to do 2 arms. Excuse me, horrible cough. So, oh, sorry. That's awful. So, the polymer clay thing, obviously I've got my dogs. I've started making a doll, a polymer clay doll. So that's the body. That's the head, obviously, which is going to fit on there, but doesn't at the minute. But I've ordered a Dremel drill. Yeah, there is a reason why. So I'm hoping I'll drill inside there and get that to fit a bit better. She has got arms, but they're not, I haven't baked them yet. I've been sat doing them this morning. Yeah, and I'm doing some bears as well. They're downstairs. Oh, there's a head. That's baked. So that's a head, but it's not finished yet. So I thought I've got 3 bears ready. Legs. I didn't do any markings in this one, whereas these I've added like hairs. Can you see? Obviously I want them jointed, which is hence the chopsticks and the... So yes, I've been working on those, so they've kept me busy. And then I've gone down another rabbit hole and I want to make wooden carvings. This is what I mean. I'm just thinking, well, these people who watch my videos, they're just going to be so sick of me flitting from one thing to another. But as I said, and as the lovely lady that I've been watching on the YouTube channel has said, if they don't like what you do, they're not your people. So hopefully, if you're watching this, you are my people. And the lovely lady that I keep mentioning, who I'm quite enjoying watching, is called Victoria Coleman. Victoria Coleman Art. Never heard of her before. I don't know how I stumbled upon her, but she's great. She's real. She paints. She does sculptures as well. Not sure what her sculptures are made out of. She lives in Ironbridge, which I would like to visit. I have been to Ironbridge before. It's not a million miles away from us. It's close to where my friend lives, actually. And I've been watching a few of her videos, and she's real. She's just... I don't know, I just really like her. And finally, she doesn't try and sell you things or, I don't know, like, I know these people are trying to be really helpful, like they're teaching you how to do YouTube videos, or they're teaching you, like, they'll give you 10 ways to sell your art. And I've just found them really demotivating. Anyway, she doesn't do any of that. It's just all about her daily life, her dogs, and she's just so me. And she's really nice. And it's her that's inspired me to make this video again today. I just thought, why not? Bugger it. If I have one person watch it, who cares? I'm enjoying making it, and I'm enjoying talking to you, if there's anybody there. So, yeah. So if you've got a chance, and if you like anything quirky and different and real is what I'm getting at. I want to be real. Because I am a real person. And at work, people find me funny. I have no idea why. I think I'm a little bit too real at work and probably in danger of getting into trouble. So I have to rein it in. So why can't I be like that on here? I don't know. I'm going to be. So, yeah, Victoria Coleman Art, she's called. And I was going to write her email down and I've got it in my head and now I forgot what it is. I'm going to have to go and watch that video again now. So I'm going to see if I can find this doll and I'll find the one I made for Stacey and I'll show you those. I'm back. No, I can't find her. Well, I've been crawling under the bed. I've looked in a few boxes and I've made myself feel a little bit sick because I'm not used to actually, like this week's just been, yeah, and I haven't actually done a lot and now I've like exerted myself. I feel rather sick. So hey ho. I hope I haven't lost her now. That's going to send me down another rabbit hole because I'm going to think, where is she? As ugly as she was, I don't want to lose her. She might still be up the loft. When we moved in, it was such a rush. And there are things when I think, where was that? Like I've got an old jewellery box. I've never found that since we moved. Yeah, we were only given 2 days notice when we moved here. And I do rather think either things went missing wherever they went, I don't know, or they might still be up the loft where David lives outside. There's a loft up there, but we have got mice up there and spiders, massive spiders, so I won't go up there. But I thought I'd retrieved all my boxes. Anywho, I can't find her, but I'll just show you this one. This was my attempt. Now I made a few of these and I used to sell my bears in a shop in Ashbourne and I did send some of these dolls, but this was the first one I made. I mean, look at the stitching. The stitching's terrible. She has got pants. I think she's got oh yeah, she's got a belly button. Yeah, a little bead on her face. And apparently my daughter Stacey loves this. Yeah, and she prefers my dolls, well, my one doll, to my bears. She doesn't like my bears. She doesn't like my ceramics. She doesn't like, yeah, she likes the dolls and she likes this ugly little thing. And I have over the years attempted, and look at these. I tried making these. These were my attempt. This was my pattern. I mean, how ugly is that? It looks cross. That is just vile. Really ugly. I don't actually know what to do with these. I did try and sell them. Obviously they didn't sell. I was even conceited enough to make my own pattern of these and try and sell a pattern. Needless to say, I didn't sell one pattern. Talking of which though, I have just sold a pattern on Etsy. It's just pinged at me. So I've sold one of my baby blankets, crochet patterns. So that's good. I can sell some things. This was another one. So this is my attempt at ragdolls. I had got a girl as well, but I don't know if I gave Stacey that and it ended up in the bin. I mean, look. It's awful. Spent hours making these things. She's got a couple of decent buttons on the back of there I should take off and keep. That was a knitted thing I did. That was the knitted, there's a lady that makes knitted rabbits on Instagram. Don't know what she's called, but she does a lot of these. That's one of her patterns. I mean, that's quite cute, but took me forever. Absolute forever. And then if I tried to sell that, how much would I get for it? Not a fat lot. And this one. Another ugly beast. Aren't they horrible? So, yes, my attempt at ragdoll making has not been successful, and you shouldn't call them ragdolls apparently, but that's what they used to be called back in the day. So now I might try and use this as my thumbnail. Yeah, now they're cotton dolls, cloth dolls. What's the difference? I don't know. Raggedy Ann on the TV, she did quite a good killing, didn't she? I bet my hair's a right bedhead at the back. That's another thing I need to do. I need to put some makeup on maybe and spruce myself up. I find on my days off from work, I can't be bothered. I can't even be bothered to get dressed. Slouch around in my pyjamas. I have a shower and then I put my pyjamas back on. And I don't know whether I'm finding it a bit depressing. I found it quite liberating at first. And now I'm thinking, oh, I feel such a mess. I look in the mirror and I'm like, oh. This week's probably not a good week to evaluate how I'm looking, is it? I mean, I'm feeling pants. So I'll be kind to myself and probably not make the effort today. Davy's ringing me again. It is so annoying. It's like, kids. I'm not answering. I am busy. So I think I'm going to go. Whether I'll put this out here or might add a bit to it, I don't know. We will see. But thank you for watching. And I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Annette. It used to be Nett Sews because I was primarily sewer, and now I just dabble in all sorts. Perhaps I need a new name. I did change my YouTube name to Hey Nett. So I just thought, well, that kind of like encapsulates everything, doesn't it? Encapsulates everything and nothing. So I'll just probably leave it at that. So I'm Annette from Hey Nett. If you've enjoyed this ramble, please, I'd appreciate a cheeky thumbs up. Oh, he's looking at me out the window now. I'm doing a video. Do you want to be on the video, David? He either wants food or he wants me to look after his bloody dog. He's bought a dog, which I did tell him my dogs are going to hate because I've got big dogs and it's a little dachshund, a miniature dachshund. Big dogs and little dogs. My big dogs do not like little dogs and they are not gelling. We're getting there very slowly. But yeah, I end up looking after the blinking thing half the time, which I knew would happen. And it is beautiful. She's sweet. Bless her. Oh no, it's can't because she's a girl actually, because I've got 2 girl dogs. I don't know why, but they just hate her. So we have to be very careful. But yes, I will pop a video in of Luna. I keep calling her Nola. Can't remember her name. I am notoriously bad for names. Luna. So I will pop some footage in of her. Oh, sorry. And I might just get dressed. I will confess I've not had a shower yet. And I'm feeling very grubby. I'm clearly not better though, because that just crawling under the bed trying to find that doll has worn me out, given me a headache, and I thought I was going to be sick. So definitely not well enough for work. But I think I'm well enough to get dressed. Well enough for makeup? Nah. Anywho, thanks for watching. I might speak to you later, or this might be it. Bye. Now we're doing a video. Say hello, Luna. Don't bite my fingers. Ow, ow, ow. Luna, look. This is Luna. Wow, she's got real puppy breath. Say hello, Luna. New addition to the family. Ow, she's in a roguey mood. That's my husband. So this is Luna. Say hello, Luna. Say hello. Yes, she's a bit excited. She's a bit excited, aren't you? You're beautiful, eh? Are you? You've caught Nanny Bear in her pyjamas. Hey. Oops. So I just thought I'd show you my messy table. It is tea time now. So I'll just show you how far I've got. They're still sat there from earlier when I was showing you them. So I've stuck the head on my doll. She's got to go back in the oven. She's got legs and arms and hands. Look, they've took me ages And then I keep fiddling with them. They're not perfect, but yeah, we'll see. So that's that. Then as you can see, I've got an array of little legs. I always work in complete chaos. Oh, the light flickers. Legs and arms. Little bear here, look. So I started making him. Oh, can you see my chocolates? They're my birthday chocolates. Yeah, so I put his nose on and his eyes and his ears and everything, and then figured out that it's quite difficult to stick it to the body. So I'm going to bake it and then go back to it. Oh shit, it's just fell over. See what I mean? I might have to fiddle with that in a minute. Yeah, so I've stuck the heads on these instead without doing anything else to them. So there's that one and there's one over there, look. Whenever I hold it towards the light, it makes it flash. Right, I'm going to go down and cook some tea. Here's Woody. I don't usually show you around like this because everywhere's a mess. I mean, look at that corner. That Kellogg's box there is full of shavings. There's a ball of wool I'm going to sell on Vinted. All that stuff in the corners I've got for sale on Vinted. That red thing's like David's old clothes I've got lumbered with. I don't know what to do with them. Need to sell them on Vinted. This side of the room's not too messy, look. Is it? Not too bad. My sewing machine. Actually had my sewing machine out to make dolls. So yes, I'm going to go make some tea. What are you doing, Woody? Come and say hello. Come, say hello. Say hello. Jump up. Up. Come on, up. Up. Woody. What were you ringing me for, David?
I wanted a jacket potato.
Oh, did you? What, am I a waitress? Will you let pickles in?
Yeah.
What's the big Amazon Prime box? Hello, Woody. Say hello. We're all in our pyjamas. We're really lazy, aren't we? Hello, Woody. Say good morning. My untidy kitchen. All my washing hanging up there. I used to hang it there to dry because we've got this lovely radiator in the corner, and now we've got no oil in it, it's run out, and I can't afford to top it back up, unfortunately. Hello. My handsome boy. Bane of my life. Say hello, girls. Where's Luna? These are my creations, look. These have been in the oven.
Woody?
Woody wants some pasta. No, they're not edible, Woody. I've done some legs. Well, that's it really. So I've just took these out of the oven. This is as far as I got. I made some dinky little hands, look. They took ages. And I think that's probably it now for the video today. So I'm going to publish it. I'm not going to turn the camera around because makeup and getting dressed didn't happen. I feel dreadful today. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will be back soon with a new video. If you hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe and all the rest of the malarkey. Thank you so much. Bye. Hello, it's Thursday morning. Well, actually it's Thursday afternoon. Thursday the 29th of January 2026. I said I just did a little video of my ceramics, clay sculptures, whatever they're called, and I'm out of breath. Sorry, I've just walked up the stairs. Oh yeah, and I said I was signing off there because I look dreadful, and then I thought, well, I will just pop back on because it felt a bit rude just saying bye without. Oh, and I'm looking in the wrong place. I'm not starting the video again now. I'm looking at you now. I'm not looking at myself. I've really got to remember to look at the green light. So I just felt a bit rude signing off like that. And as you can see, I still look a state. I'm still in my PJs, clean pair. I keep waving him about. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to pop on, so I thought I'd just show you. This was the bear I mentioned, my new bear for 2026. So he's a little 21 centimetre bear, fully got up in joints, and he's got a little wax nose, an embroidered nose, and a little embroidered sailboat. So that's him. So I thought I'd just show you him, his little coat. His coat comes off, but his top doesn't. So I thought I'd just show you him. I've called him Julian. No idea why. I just thought he looked like a Julian. And he's smudging on his face. If you can see where his face is all. That's intentional. It is paint. So just to give him some shading. It's not dirty. Because I kept thinking, does that just look like dirt? Or does it look intentional? But no. It's intentional. Let me just get rid of that notification. My woodworking's just come, so I'll show you that next time, because I'm aware this is probably turning into a bit of a long video. I phoned in work, so I'm not going in after my rant about on here. I have considered not putting it out, but then I'm like, oh, you want to be real. You don't want to be a fraud, and you don't want to be someone you're not, so let's just put it out. Stop overthinking it. So I'm putting it out there. I slept till 11 o'clock this morning, would you believe? Oh, and then I woke up and I got such a headache, and I still feel really rough. It's really taking some shaking off, this is. And yeah, then I ended up with a migraine. Nightmare. So I got lost my vision in my left eye, but I've taken some tablets and feel a bit better now. Still feel a little bit like when I'm looking around I can't quite see, but I'm getting there. I'm trying not to stress that I've wasted the day. But I'm going to go and have a bath, make myself feel a bit more human. Makeup's probably not going to happen, but I'm gonna have a bath, maybe put something else on instead of pyjamas, or maybe just a clean pair, who knows. Try not to beat myself up about, yeah, just going with it. And that's it, I think. don't think I've got anything else to tell you. My daughter's had some bad news this morning. She's been out of work for ages. So she's a nurse. And she didn't have a good time at her last place. She was working in an acute area. And it ended up, she had a really horrible death, which wasn't her fault. But she was involved in this death, quite a young woman. And she did all the right things, to be fair. She didn't do anything wrong, but it left her really traumatised. It involved a doctor, and she had to argue with the doctor while this woman's in a crash situation. Bear in mind, my daughter's she was 23 at the time. She's not exactly the most confident person. When you listen to her speak, she sounds like a 16-year-old. She seems really young. So to be in a crash situation and have to argue with the doctor, because the doctor was saying this lady was not for resus, and Stacey was adamant that she was, and obviously was performing resus while the doctor was shouting at her to get off the chest, and horrible, and the poor lady died anyway, and she was for resus. So Stacey was right, but the whole thing took a massive trauma on her, and after that she just couldn't seem to settle at work. She was having time off sick, and she ended up leaving, and they've given her a crappy reference, which is just, I don't know. She's worked so hard for 3 years, being, you know, anyone who's a nurse knows it's shit. You end up in debt, you work your ass off for 3 years, and then it's not easy. And so she's been applying for jobs left, right and centre, and she can't get one. So she's been out of work since I think it's probably October now. She did get a job in a nursing home, and she only stayed there a while, and she was on a probation period, and then they said there was her and another girl, and they said they'd got no work for her. So they just finished her there, and then got no hours due to financial reasons, and because she was on a probation period, there's nothing she could do about it. And she's gone for different jobs, and yeah, and then she's got a job. She's been offered a job, but she's waiting. So this is with a trust, an NHS trust, and she's waiting. She got a bad reference. Excuse me if I've gone off tangent. I was coming on to say bye, but I just thought I'd share this with you, because this is probably why I've ended up with a migraine this morning. So initially she applied for this job, she got it. It was supposed to start in December. Obviously her references were pants, and she contacted the NMC, and they supported her, and they reconsidered, and they've accepted her references now. And but she's still waiting for allocation. So she's literally got no allocation. She keeps ringing them, and they haven't allocated her anywhere. And ironically, there's jobs advertised within the trust. I don't understand it myself. It's not the trust that I work for. I'm not going to mention what trust it is, obviously. So yeah, I'm thinking, how can they advertise for posts? Like, because she went for an interview last week. And I'm like, why can't they just allocate you there if you've already got a place? I don't understand it myself. I think I was really fortunate to land a really good job straight away. Yeah. Anywho, so, and then she got another job offer for, you know, these companies that if you want to claim benefits, PIP, you ring up. We have to speak to a registered nurse. She doesn't really want to do that. It's like a hybrid job, and it's not clinical, not really what she wants to do. She wants this other job. And she's now, so she was supposed to start, so everything's been accepted apart from her references. And she was supposed to start on the 1st of March or 2nd of March, first week in March anyway. And then she's had an email this morning. She was so upset. She rang me, breaking point. She's like, they've withdrawn their job offer. They're not happy with my references. And I'm like, for God's sake, you know, she's hard working. I'm just like, she's almost at the point where she's going to go back to Liverpool, because she got a job in Liverpool on a stroke ward, and she came home last June. No, she came home 2 years ago. gosh, yeah, because she came home when we moved here, which was June 2 years ago. So that's when she came home, and she purely came home because she couldn't afford to live on her own. She split up. She was supposed to be living with a boyfriend, and they were supposed to be moving in together, and she just didn't feel right about the whole situation, and she broke up with him. Broke her heart, but she went with her gut and broke up with him and came home. Not what she wanted to do. We'd literally been in here a week. She'd never even, I remember she came round, it was about 1 o'clock in the morning when she got home. She couldn't even find the house. She was like, Mum, where the hell are you? It's in the middle of nowhere. And it is a little bit difficult to find. And she was messaging me, and I'm like, you just park on the car park and I'll come outside. Oh, it was so funny. Yeah, because we just moved in. And yeah, so she came home for a while, lived with us for a while, but she's been so up and down, really up and down. Her emotional, mental health, and just looking at my son, he's just come back, he's just let that little dog out in the garden. Yeah, emotionally, she's been up and down. She was upset about, obviously, this boy that she'd split up with, and they got plans, and yeah, it must have been really hard to end the relationship, when he didn't want to. And then, yeah, moving in with us, coming back home after you've lived on your own and had your own independence for 4 years, that was hard. Not what she wanted to do, but... And then obviously she was jobless. So, and trying to get back into the NHS has just been a nightmare. So she got that job in the acute area at that trust, had that horrible death. Nothing went right after that. She hated it. She was just like, felt unsupported. Bearing in mind, she only qualified when I did. So she qualified in 2023. So she was, although she wasn't newly qualified, she'd not got that much experience. So in hindsight, it probably wasn't a good idea taking the job in an acute area, because they didn't take her on as newly qualified. They took her on like as an experienced nurse, and she'd only got about 6 months experience. So yeah, the whole thing was just a disaster, and it's really knocked confidence. And I say, then she's been working at that nursing home, and then they finished her because of finances, and it's just like, I don't know, nightmare. So yeah, I'm a bit worried about her, and talking about her now, I can feel my eye going again, so I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to breathe and switch off and think about my bears, and just think about my craft. And yeah, try not to stress about her. There'll be options, won't there? I don't know what she's going to do, bless her. She's behind in her car payments. I'm oversharing probably, but hey, I said I'm going to get real. So I can't help her financially. I'm broke. My son's getting married this year, and I haven't been able to help him either. His dad's giving money. His girlfriend's mom's give them money. I haven't given them bugger all. I can't. I just haven't got it. Anyway, on that depressing note, yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'm sorry I ended it on a bit of a downer, but yeah, I'm going to go and have a bath. I'm going to go and shave my bits, because they need a shave. It's only let that dog out for 5 minutes. I'm going to have to go and sort him out. It's been on its own for an hour, because he's been to sort out his girlfriend's car. Got no headlights. Made me laugh. My husband took her to work this morning because she can't drive. It's her car, but my son can drive, so he drives it. And she's obviously learning. And my son's not old enough to sit with her while she's driving. So she obviously hasn't had that much practice. Stacey's took her out a couple of times, but she's not really getting the practice. So my husband said to her this morning, he says, I'll get up, he says, and I'll take you to work. And he says, I'll drive, you can drive, and I'll drive your car back. Well, he says, I got in it, the windscreen wipers aren't working, the headlights aren't working. He says, I put my foot down, and he said I could go faster on my bike. I laughed that much, I was joking. I just had visions of him, because he hates things like that. He would be really like disturbed to have to drive a car back with no headlights, no windscreen wipers. I bet it was foggy this morning and dark. I mean, he got up at 7 to take her to work. I was like, oh my God. I just kept laughing. And he was like, how the hell have they been driving around in that car with no headlights? He says, I asked her. I mean, they're only young. She's 18, he's 19. Honestly, she's moved in with us as well. That's another story. Oh my God, I've just got it all going on. Yeah, he was like, he was fuming, but I just kept laughing. I just had visions of him in this little car. He's a big fat man. He's tall. He's like 6 foot, and he's fat, and he's hurt his back. He's in a little, I don't know what it is. It's a little car. And when he said he could go faster on a push bike, I just howled. I thought, I bet he was really peed off. Having no windscreen wipers and having to drive back. And he said, I could have ended up being stopped and had a ticket. And he was only trying to do her a favour. So yes, David's been off to Burton, to Halfords, to get the bloody car fixed. So he's just come back. So, but he needs to start work, so he's rushing. So he's obviously just let his dog out for a few minutes. So I'm going to go and give her some TLC, and then I'll have a bath, probably shave me bits, because I feel like I've got a hedgehog in my pants. I'm really not sure about this oversharing thing. It's getting real. I might lose a few followers, but never mind. Right, so me and Julian are going. Take care. Bye. Thank you for watching. Bye. Oh. Luna. Get your head out my cup. No, that's me Apple Pencil. Flappy ears. You don't like the snow, do you? Come on. Come on, I've had to trudge up here with a hot kettle. Poof! Thanks for that. Come on.